What's up, guys? It is Tommy here from Saleslucky.com, and today's topic is about integrity and why it's practical in sales. Okay, so I think a lot of people, because of movies that we watch growing up, or how salespeople are portrayed in media and society, I think sometimes they can be portrayed as these gregarious, kind of like fast talking, con man or swindler type of image. But in today's world, successful salespeople, that's not that's not who those people are. They're not what's portrayed in media. And the reason why integrity is practical in sales is because if you think about it, about 30, 40 years ago, before the internet, when a customer wanted to buy from a salesperson, the salesperson had all the information about the product, the company, how well the product performed, was it reliable, how well did it solve the customer's needs, and the customer would go to the salesperson and try to get the information from the salesperson. And the customer couldn't easily go out and find information on the product of the company, so they had to depend on the salesperson. And that's when, back then, those kinds of tactics might have worked. But in today's society, with their internet, with Google, YouTube, just our technology in general, a customer can hit up Google and find out about your company, your product, whether it's reviews of your product, what people have said, complaints, or what people love about your product, or even if it's if somebody's is looking up how good the company is from an employment standpoint on Glassdoor, Yelp. Customers can go online and find pretty much everything out about your product or your company, even way before they ever talk to a salesperson. So what does that mean? What that means is that today the successful salesperson doesn't hold all the cards with regards to information about the company or product, but great salespeople today, what they're able to do is two things. It's one, the ability to build trust with prospects, because as you may well know, all transactions need to be kind of primed with trust. Who do you listen to? What kind of recommendations do you take? Who are these people that you are constantly influenced by? Is it from people you trust or don't trust? I mean, of course, it's people that you trust, right? So it's the same thing in a B2B or B2C sales setting, especially if the purchase gets larger and more expensive, because there's more risk, right? If you mess up, there's more dollars on the line, there's more jobs on the line. So, the key abilities of a great salesperson today is the ability to build trust, which explains one reason why expensive purchases take longer sales cycles, is because it takes time to build that trust. And the second thing is the ability to provide insights. So what I mean by this is, it's the ability for a salesperson to provide meaningful insights to a potential customer about how other customers in that space are also doing things, right? It's like if you're a trucking company and I was a salesperson, I came to you and shared with you how your competitors, trucking company B, C, and D, are all using, let's say, Google Ads to improve their businesses and their revenue, and you haven't done so yet with your trucking company. Well, you would be interested in learning more about how others are doing it, right, in your space. So those are the two most important aspects, or two very important aspects, when it comes to being successful in sales today. And so, and both of those work together, right? And the reason is because, again, going back to the longer sales cycle, when you have multiple conversations to make a sale, I talked about trust being built throughout that process. Well, how does trust get built? Well, trust gets built when you share something with your prospect or customer, and then after that call, they go back, they think about it, they marinate on it, and they they go and validate that information of what you shared with them, whether it was accurate or not accurate. And if it was accurate, they're going to come back on the next call with a little bit more trust for you, okay? So that's why integrity is practical, because if you provide insights that are true, that are meaningful, that are valuable, that are helpful, your prospects are going to go away, validate that, come back with more trust for you, and then you do that again, and they go back and come back, and they have more trust for you, and you repeat that cycle until you move through the sales process and enough trust and value has been built where the next logical step is the sale. So I hope that was meaningful and digestible for you guys. To summarize, today's world, in our world today, where your customer can hit up Google, YouTube, Yelp, Glassdoor, and find everything about your company, there's nothing really to hide anymore. So the types of salespeople that are valued and drive deals and get deals across the line are salespeople who can provide insights, as well as salespeople who can build trust with their prospects. And to be able to build trust, you have to sell with integrity, and you want to sell with integrity, and share what's real. Because if it's real, your customer is going to verify that, and if it's verified, they're going to come back with more trust for you until you get to the point of making that sale, and even from there, you're going to continue building up that trust because you're going to retain that client, right? So hope you guys found this valuable. If you guys found it valuable, please hit the share button. I would greatly appreciate that. And also check out the blog in the link below. And check out Saleslucky.com. Share it with a friend if you're finding these videos helpful, okay?